What's up, everybody? Welcome to Straight No Chase with Jesse Mitchell, your #1 podcast coming out of the Carolinas. I am the innovator, the emancipator, the originator, Jesse Mitchell. Back with the ladies of Gems for another episode.
Oh, yes.
Let everybody know who y'all are once again.
I'm Deanna, and I am the president and founder of Gems.
I'm Sheila. I'm the vice president of Gems.
Whitney, and I'm the secretary.
Okay, yeah. Last week we was touching on some relationships and stuff, so we're going to continue on that conversation. There was a story I came across about a lady named Savannah Grant, and the other lady is DeAndre Hopkins' mom, who's a football player. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. He's pretty good, though. I like him. But apparently his mother, Sabrina Green Lee, is her name. Yeah, Savannah Grant and Sabrina Green Lee. Now, apparently his mother's name is Sabrina Green Lee. She was, back in 2002, she was a exotic dancer, a stripper. And she met a guy, started dating him. I forgot the guy's name. I think his name was Anton. Yeah, I think it's Anton. So I met Anton, started dating Anton for 3.5 months. And according to her, this is her words. Now, she had let Anton all the way in 3.5 months. They gave him keys to the house, the car, everything. You know what I mean?
3.5 months.
3.5 months. Now she didn't let him in. He gave him keys to the car, the house, everything, access to the kids. She got 4 kids too at this point. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, one of her kids. So, you know, she doing her thing. She dancing to keep the lights on, to pay the bills, whatever. You know how it goes. She making ends meet, as they say. You know, hey, we all got to do what we got to do. We don't judge nobody. You know, get the bills how you get them paid, you know. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, hey, get it how you want to get it. Yeah. So, she met the guy, you know. He met a stripper. He met a guy. They hooked up, started talking 3.5 months. So, she claims in her story that she didn't really know about the other girl. Now, she finds out he's dating this other girl. Now, the girl, when she tells her story, she says that they had multiple altercations before this particular incident I'm going to talk about. The girl was calling her house, showed up to her house, and she was at a AAU game where her daughter in Florida couldn't get in touch with him and left the AAU game and drove to her house in South Carolina, in Greenville, South Carolina, at 3 a.m, seeing if he was over there. And they ended up getting into a fight, and she called the cops on her. From what happened later, the dude, she beat her butt. The stripper beat the other girl up because the other girl also was 22, and the stripper was 32 at the time. Sabrina, who was the stripper, was 32 at the time, and the young other girl, Savannah, was 23. So, this particular day in 2002, the guy Anton is leaving Sabrina's house, and he supposedly he takes her. She says she allowed him, told him he could take one of her cars, or take the car. She had multiple cars, so he could take the car. He's supposedly going to IT Tech college to do whatever, I guess. I guess he's trying to get his GED, get his diploma, whatever he's getting up there. And he had a couple other runs to make, I guess. So he takes it. She says he took the wrong car. He wasn't supposed to take her Lexus. He took her Lexus. He wasn't supposed to take her Lexus. So when she saw he took the Lexus, she called him saying, "You took the wrong car. I need to come get my car." So he told her he was at this location. He ended up leaving that location. Got to another location. Told her he was there. Ends up getting to another location. She says that she didn't know where this location was or who lived there. She just came to the house to get her car. Now, my whole issue with her story at this point is, how you going to drive 2 cars?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So she comes to get the car. She comes to the girl house. He's at the house with the girl, Savannah, at her house. She comes to her house. He comes out. They start arguing about the car. According to her, he turns her around, and then the girl comes out and calls her name and throws red lye and bleach in her face.
Oh, my God.
Oh, okay. I remember hearing this.
Which, if you mix it together, is an acid cocktail.
Absolutely.
So she's thinking the girl threw hot water on her. She's like, why would somebody throw hot water on me? And she reached her face and felt skin and all that, and her stuff started melting off, and then she hit the ground, and he ended up taking her to the gas station and trying to get her washed off up there and left her up there. She ended up going to a coma and was in a coma for like a month, and now she's blind. She's been blind ever since.
Oh, my God.
She went blind because of it. She's been blind ever since. The girl went to jail for 20 years, though. Did 20 years, just got out. This happened to O2. She just got out here recently, and she's been telling her story. So that's how I listened to her story. And I listened to both sides of the story, though. So, they both told their side of the story. And of course, when they told their side of the story, they made themselves look like they did as least as they could. Like we all going to do when we tell our side of the story.
Yeah.
So, but from putting each of their stories together, what they both said, what I deduce happened is the dude was dating both of them. He was dating old girl first because she met his sister and ended up staying with his mama. And they started talking when he would call home from jail. So that's how they met up. And then he got out and was dating. And she told me he was dating all these other women while he was out with her. So he met old girl at the strip club or wherever they met. They was kicking it. She was fun, wild. They was having a good time. He was still dating old girl. She found out, didn't like that. And she probably was, where they was describing her like she was possessive. I didn't know where you at, why you not answering the phone type. So that's why she popped up at the house. And like I said, she went and beat old girl up the last time. So this time she came to the house, old girl was like, nah, I got something for you. You even beat me up in front of him. Nah, I got something for you this time, and threw the acid on. So a lot of people was in the comments and stuff was saying she was wrong for that. For throwing the acid on the game, so evil, and she was wrong for throwing that, which that is very evil.
I think she was wrong for throwing acid.
So, but then a lot of people were saying that the girl came to her house about her man, and they had gotten to it already, had been stalking her. So, I mean, it's a lot of different angles you can look at this now. So, I mean, how do y'all feel?
Well, she had the red flag. She knew he wasn't being faithful. She knew he had
according to her,
women.
he was getting disrespect for having other women drop him off and come by the house and pick him up and all types of stuff.
So she allowed all this to happen. As far as him treating her the way he was treating her.
She acknowledged that.
She shouldn't have been surprised of whatever else she allowed him to do. She let him drive the car. She knew where he was going, but she should have never went to the female's house. I think she should have squashed it with him and, say, bring my car back or whatever. I wouldn't have tried to follow him or find out where he was when she already said he could use a car.
Well, see, what I think it was is she said he could use the car, and then she found out he was at that girl's house somehow.
That's what it was, because she said he could use the car.
Yeah, and she found out he was at that girl's house, and she was like, you need to bring my car, I'm coming to get it.
Yeah.
And he probably was like, yo, you tripping, I'm not bringing the car. And she's like, okay, I'm pulling up. And she came through.
So who's responsible?
Well, the guy's responsible.
I mean,
responsible. He's the one, and he got he's gonna get the year
through the
for some other stuff, and but whatever. But okay, the girl didn't came to your house before and beat you up last time. Now she back at your house. So what you gonna do? You gonna let her beat you up again?
Well, my question becomes, why am I upset with the other female?
Yeah.
I'm not in a
I never
relationship
understand that.
with the
I
female.
never
I'm in a
understand that part.
relationship with the guy.
She don't owe you
He's
no
the
loyalty.
one that's disrespecting her, really.
Absolutely.
But she allowed it. That's what I was saying. She just continued to allow it.
And she said she had the cocktail over there because she had her drain was clogged and she had got some of the stuff to clean her drain, and that was what was left over.
No.
And she had it sit in the cup. No, that girl beat your butt last time. And when you heard she was coming over here, you said, I got something for her this time. And you mixed that stuff up. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That was wrong.
But we've heard stories like this so many times where you already know what it is. It's not like you're guessing, you're not trying to figure anything out. This is blatant disrespect, all in your face, all in your grill, and cheesing, taking pictures while doing it. Yeah. But my question still goes back to, why is it all the anger directed at the female or the one that is not in the connection?
I've been told because y'all can't beat the man. Y'all can beat the female, so that's why y'all go at her immediately. That's what I've been told.
That's to me. That's
no sense.
no. That's
I didn't think it made a lot of sense either. I'm just saying what I've been told.
I get the logic.
I'm hurting right now, so somebody got to her, and you can't necessarily beat me, but you can beat her, so you gonna go at her. That's what I've been told.
Well, see,
but I wouldn't put hands on.
I feel like that girl should have got more than 20 years. You went over there very malicious.
She was the one that was at the house. The other woman came. She was home.
Well, whoever threw whatever needed
the girl
more
that was
than 20
home,
years.
the 32-year-old dancer came to her house, and she threw herself in her face.
Oh,
she was at home.
Yes.
Yeah, she was at her house.
That's still very wild, though.
Yes, it's very wild.
Out of all things you could have done.
But this girl also already came over here and beat you up before.
And so that's what 911 is for.
She called 911 last time.
Because I'm going to tell you one thing. You come to my house unannounced and I already know what it is. Oh, no. I'm not going to end up wearing orange every day for the rest of my life because, it's not worth all of that.
It's not even worth it.
Once again, we're fighting over
also,
what?
she was 23.
And there
you gotta
it
take that
is.
into account too. Now
Mindset.
she was 23.
Immature.
You mad 'cause you
That's
just got
what-
beat up or whatever, and now your man over here, you gonna beat me up in front of my man. You know
And that's what
that
they do, it's
immature
when you get their
mindset.
mind. Yeah.
But then look, 32, that's no better. You are actually in a
Yeah.
quote unquote entanglement
With
with
folks,
a
and you got
child.
four
With four
kids.
And four
kids,
kids.
You
So
got
you're
four kids, yeah.
responsible.
The
That you're responsible
immaturity
for.
level
That's dependent on you.
is
Yeah.
astounding. That is ridiculous. No, I'm not doing all of that. He's not worth it, and neither are you.
And-
Y'all deserve each other.
Well, the lady that was interviewing Natasha K asked her, was the D that good for all that? And she said yes. In the interview. That's what she said in the interview.
Something's wrong with her mind.
There's-
Yes, it was. Yeah, yes, it was.
going on
And I don't want no more like it. That's what she said. That's what she said.
No, that's all right. I'll pass. But yeah, that immaturity level.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm glad you said that also, because I want to touch on something else. Kids and their parents' relationships.
Okay.
I know that people have a lot of issues with that, and I have know people that be having issues. I dealt with it growing up, having issues. My father not being there, being around. You know, I always promise to give you the real meal here, so I'm always keep it real, straight, no checks. You know, but you know, I went through that. You know, and you grow up as a kid thinking one way or the other, it's you. Maybe he don't love you, or maybe he don't like you, or whatever it is. But as you get an adult, you understand what's going on, so you gotta let that stuff go. You can't still hold on to that,
Right.
even after adult, when you understand what's going on between that man and his woman. Ain't got nothing to do with you necessarily.
Absolutely.
That's not your mama in that situation. That's that man
right.
and that woman in that situation.
exactly
You looking at it as your mama. No, that's his woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the fact that, and like in my situation, my dad was married with another woman, and my mom was basically, I guess you would call it the side chick, even though they met in the military and was kicking it, and she didn't know nothing about the other girl at the time.
Gotcha.
But same type of situation. But whether she knew or not, hell, she was the side chick. That's what it was. So once I was born, he had to go back to his wife and kids. He couldn't come be with me. What are you going? I mean, it's what it is. Now, is that mess up on my part? Do I feel bad about it as a kid? Not having my dad on? Yeah. But as an adult, I understand the situation he was in.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's what it was. He did what he felt was best for him and his family at the time. That's what people are gonna do. Everybody does what they feel is best for them at the time.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you gotta, as an adult, you gotta let go of that stuff. I'm saying, you know, man, as a kid, you know, you're gonna do what you do. But as an adult, once you get into relationships and you dealing with your woman and you deal with your man, you understand how that dynamic works. So you gotta let that stuff go. You can't be still mad at your dad and your mom
Exactly.
30 years later because of what they did back then.
And people are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know they are. That's what I'm saying. I know people who are.
refuse to
Who say
speak
stuff
to
like that.
them.
Yeah, I don't deal with him because he did
Yeah.
my mom greasy back then.
Yeah.
What happened? He cheated on my mom. Well, bro, you was cheating on your girl last week. I was with you.
Oh.
But you know what I'm saying? But now you mad at him because of that? Like,
See, that's where the healthy healing needs to come into play. You have to heal those areas of your life where it is raw, where it is sore, where it is tender. Because if you don't, you're going to take that same hurt and that pain, and it's going to manifest itself in a way you may not be ready for it to manifest. And you're going to carry that bag of hurt, that bag of pain, that bag of anger, and you're going to bring it to the relationship. And then you're wondering why this man is putting his hands on the woman, because this is something he might want to be doing to his dad. But because he has not reconciled this thing within himself, or she hasn't reconciled this thing within herself, now everybody else is paying for a crime they didn't even commit.
Because hurt people hurt
Hurt
people.
people.
Hurt people and broken people break people.
Exactly. They just need to have a conversation. You know, even though you might feel like, well, yeah, he was wrong, whatever. You still have to have that conversation with him. Listen to what he has to say. Why this happened.
Absolutely.
You know, what was going on at the time. You don't know because you were a child. You know a little bit, but you don't know
Him and your mom might not have had sex for 2 years.
You know, no.
There it
You
is.
know what I'm saying?
You don't know what happened.
You don't know. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
right.
But you as a kid, using your emotions, you upset my dad, my mom,
Yeah.
or whatever, you know, but you like I said, like they say back in the day, my day, a child needs to stay in a child's place.
And there it is. Absolutely. And not only that, but once you get to that place where you can sit down and have that conversation, you may not want to forget, but forgive.
Yeah.
That's where the healing.
Well, you have to
that's
let
where
that. First of all, they not sitting around upset and putting their life on hold
No,
thinking about you.
that's
Definitely
right.
So why is you gonna sit around and hold on to that bag and
That's
put your life on
right.
hold for them? Nah. You gotta let that go. It
gotta
was what
let
it
it
was.
go.
It went down how it went down. Hey, it is what it is.
That is what
And
it
sometimes forgiveness is one of the hardest things because sometimes people equate forgiveness to it didn't matter or minimizing the severity of the situation. That's not the case. Because I choose to forgive you, that means I don't have to do anything that's going to be of detriment to myself.
Exactly.
I'm going to release you to somebody who is bigger and better and can meet you on the other side of that rock that you hiding behind. I have nothing else to do with it. I forgive you and walk away.
Yeah.
Let him take care of it, because I promise you, he can spank that behind rougher and harder and cause him to learn that lesson that you thought you could teach him. You're not equipped to do that.
No.
I forgive you. Walk away and leave him with that one right up there, because he got that. Keep your hands clean. Above all things, keep your hands clean. Don't you be running around with blood-stained hands talking about why am I going through, because you shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with. That's number one. Evaluate the situation and be honest.
Trust me, I ain't throwing my freedom away from nobody else.
There it is.
That ain't happening.
Exactly.
I ain't never gonna be there to sit with
That's
you. I'm gonna throw my freedom away. I go first.
And
Hey.
that part, absolutely.
I don't love nobody that much.
No.
You hear me?
Love yourself. Love yourself
That's
more.
number one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I ain't giving up sex and pork for nobody.
Oh, here we go. You know what?
Because, you hear, oh, they snapped
Yeah, they just lost it.
in a second.
Yeah,
Just a snap.
heat of the moment.
And then, oh my God, guess what? You don't have them. You don't even have yourself no more. You're going to prison. It's over with.
Well,
You
also,
are controlled.
I also want to talk about sex and relationships.
Okay.
Okay, why is it that women, they want these attractive, high dollar men? That's what most women want, right? Majority. I'm just saying. Okay, I guess that maybe it's not. Y'all looking at me like I'm saying something wrong. Maybe not. But y'all okay? Well, y'all want these ugly, mediocre men.
I want somebody
I'm
to
just-
look at.
I'm just-
I want no ugly
Well, when
man.
I said y'all want them fine, look to me
I
crazy.
mean,
Not doing
So-
it.
He ain't got to be no Denzel Washington, but I would like to be able
Something
to
nice to look at.
them.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all like nice men, like look at that. What other women find attractive, right?
Well, to
Well,
each
beauty's
his
in
own.
the eye of the beholder.
What I,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
what
yeah,
I
there
find
we go.
attractive.
Most
you
women,
cannot.
okay.
Here we go.
Don't
Okay.
want a man
Say
who's
most
attractive
women.
and
Okay.
got a couple dollars in his pocket,
Okay.
and other women are attracted too.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Okay.
Right?
We'll go with
But then when y'all get with this guy and y'all want him to be monogamous and be with just you, but then you don't want to perform on a regular basis like he's used to.
Huh?
Who said that?
Who wrote that down?
I'm saying it from a guy who's in a relationship. What are you talking about? Who's saying it? You ain't giving up when you're supposed to be. Let's get to the real. Let's get to the real.
What century
Are we
are we
talking
in?
dating or marriage? Because and then I'm not
Dating,
obligated.
marriage.
I'm not obligated to do anything.
So if you my woman, you my girl now, you're not obligated to do nothing. If I go out and bust something else, you're gonna be mad, right?
I'm not obligated every day.
What?
Maybe I don't feel good this day and I don't want to.
I ain't saying every single day now, but dog, at least 3-4 times a week now.
However you start out, that's how you.
Absolutely.
That's how you have to keep it
Consistency.
up.
Consistency.
Simple.
But that ain't what y'all do.
That's
Y'all
how
start
you-
out,
Okay.
it's plentiful.
But how about this?
Then all of a sudden, the rains is shut off.
Then
At
you
some
met
point-
It's
You
held
got
hostage.
the wrong
Give
person.
us free.
You
At
got
some
the
point,
wrong
did you have a
person.
conversation with her, letting her know how you felt though, before you just hopped the fence and did what you want to do?
Because these are
Yeah,
things.
well,
you
yeah,
have to-
or did you-
just like y'all do. Y'all don't come out and always directly say stuff. Y'all give y'all hints, and we supposed to catch them.
I'm a very.
I've been saying it. You didn't catch it.
I'm a very direct person. I'm going to tell you
Yeah,
exactly
you
what
know
I'm
y'all do.
looking for and what I want, and it's up to you whether you want to deal with it or not. I put myself.
But
right
most
there
women
on
ain't
the
direct
table.
like that. They don't
Well, I
come
am.
straight
A
to
lot
you
of
like
them
that.
aren't. They want to tiptoe through the tulips.
Exactly.
Well,
No,
why
I
would
don't
you
have
do
a
that
problem.
and be unhappy?
And see, I don't have a problem telling you, because I'm gonna tell you just
Yeah.
like this. If you sliding down the pole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you better be sliding down the pole Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But
But that's an understanding. That's a mutual thing.
but
If
as a
something-
woman, how are you not aware of that?
But see, if something changes, where, say for instance, health issues, something has happened where
Stress,
maybe she's not
anything.
able to, you understand?
Yeah, that's different.
See, that's
Yeah.
different.
I want to be sick anyway.
But that understanding.
Stress. It's so much.
I'm just saying, I don't want no sick monkey. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
this has to be, that's where that communication comes
Yep.
in. Because even for those of us who are Christians, you know, there's a time where you fast and you pray and you abstain, but there's a mutual understanding between that husband and that wife as to, okay, from this period to this period, we're going to abstain from doing whatever. No misunderstanding, no miscommunication going on. Once again, at the bottom of all of that.
So now I got to
is
schedule booty
communication.
calls now.
It's not scheduling no booty calls, but you know, when people fast, you know, you're abstaining, and that's a mutual agreement between the two. So nobody's feeling slighted. But once again, communication. I was talking to a young lady, and she had a wonderful woman in her life. But something happened where the woman ended up sick. And she was like, I felt like she just didn't want me anymore. And I'm sitting trying to follow the
strap
story.
didn't work anymore 'cause she was sick?
I'm just trying to figure out, you know, how this came. So the woman decided to go, and she did her thing. But then immediately after she did her thing, she realized that was selfish of me, because I was not feeling, because I'm not in that pain. I was not taking the time to understand. This woman is not saying no to me because she doesn't love me anymore. She's not attracted to me anymore, but because right now she just can't. But the conversation was never had.
That's number one. You got to have those conversations. When you meet somebody and you say, okay, this is the person I want to get in a relationship with, you have got to ask those questions.
Yeah, but a lot of times they switch up on you after a while. They, like she said,
Now
you meet the representative.
Another monkey wrench.
I'm just saying, like she said, you meeting the representative.
That's true.
Y'all on your best behavior, like we are.
But then you can come back and say, okay, we had this conversation, and this is what I expected. This is what you expect. So what's wrong? You still gotta have communication.
Come on now, let's just be real. We all know once y'all get settled and get content and all get the ring, y'all ain't got to do is I'm good now.
That's not everybody.
I mean, I have heard that a lot. I have heard that a lot. Too.
Thank you, so I'm not alone. Okay.
I have heard women get the ring and then they stop doing a lot of things they used to do to get the ring.
Well, why?
There's no more Mr. Nasty time.
Why do we think that is? I've heard that too.
I
don't know.
A lot of women be like, say you go times when they're having sex and the guy say something, they be like, oh, I didn't even realize that. How you don't realize we had sex in 3 months?
How do you not realize?
That's what women say.
Oh.
I don't know how you don't realize that. How you don't understand? I don't know how you not got to have it. I don't understand.
I don't get it. I'm missing.
Like I said, those conversations have to be had. But then you said sometimes people do flip flop. But hey, then you got to talk about it.
Address it.
Yeah. Right then and there. Because if you wait, okay, look, it's been a month. Okay.
But then that's when you get the. Come on then.
That's all right. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. That's all right. I'm good.
Yeah, like really? Is that much of a task for you?
That's what we doing?
No, I don't even want to know.
Oh, wow.
Or I gotta get date rape booty when you about to sleep. I gotta take it from you.
Date rape?
Yeah, I gotta take it from you out your sleep now. Like I got a roofie.
Boy, you're a mess.
I'm just.
Oh my God.
I'm just.
That's valid points. Very valid.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm just saying, I want you to be excited about me too. No, when I get undressed and I give it to you, woof. I want when it come out. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be like, ooh.
Oh my God. You know what?
That was the washboard.
I'm over it.
That was the six pack. That was all six of them. It was quick now.
Oh my God.
So what do we suggest? So since we're kind of having a conversation about our event Saturday,
okay,
we're getting into the relationships. What do we suggest
couples
do? Yeah, what do we suggest couples do when they find themselves in predicaments like that?
In predicaments like that, number one, once again, at the bottom of it all,
communicate.
Honesty and open communication.
Yeah.
But honesty and open communication can't come in the middle of the relationship. It has to be at the beginning, where you trust. I'm going to trust that you're going to always be upfront with me. I'm going to trust that you're going to always tell me the truth. I'm going to trust that you are going to meet me where I am and be willing to work with me on my shortcomings, because we're both bringing shortcomings into the relationship. And so once you address that thing and there's that mutual, babe, I love you. I love when we're together. I need this. And that's what most married couples have. I need this because
Go to their phone and go online and pull up their porn site and see what videos they watch. And let you know exactly what they're looking for, what they like. I'm just saying.
No, you gotta have that conversation.
But why I gotta sneak and just
ask her to see it. I didn't say sneak. Ask her to see it.
But I'm saying just tell me what.
You gotta have that communication.
You might need to see it first because it might be too nasty.
Who you talking to?
Exactly. Like who?
It's a couple stores in Fayetteville. We need to spice it up. Just say that.
Not the stores. Okay. All right.
I mean, just say that.
Right.
But don't.
I tried out the lingerie before.
He said lingerie.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
Peach
yeah.
is over there near
You got
Sam's
one
Club.
time.
But see, the thing is, when you already know, and sometimes it's all about taking that initiative to catch us behind off guard. What is wrong with that? It shouldn't be no schedule. Okay, I'm gonna pencil you in.
Well, get different color wigs and have different names for characters.
8:00 at night, we gotta be here.
Yes.
See,
Nah.
no.
I open for business at 8.
And I think it's important for both partners to realize, okay, we got to keep the spice going.
Yeah,
Always.
Like,
Always.
don't just put it
I put on
him.
different famous people masks and stuff. Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby and stuff like that.
Now who gonna be
Ronald Reagan.
Bill Clinton.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan and stuff like that. I'll put different masks on. Yeah, Bill Cosby, Jello pudding. You know?
Now that's gonna scare me. I'm gonna run in the other room.
But these are conversations you have to
And
have.
these are the kinds of conversations.
Then you'll figure out if you all are on the same page.
Absolutely.
If you're evenly yoked.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not. I mean,
Absolutely. And these are the kinds of conversations we're going to have Saturday.
That's like,
Hey.
So it's going to be one of those opens, especially with older couples that have crossed that 40-year mark.
Yeah.
How do you keep it going? You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
She don't walk around in the drawers no more like you used to.
It's the moo-moos
How do you
now.
bring it back? Yeah, it's looking with the bonnet.
the moo
Ain't nothing wrong with the bonnet. You gotta keep it
Man,
fresh.
please get that Jiffy Pop thing out of here, man. Some dog on
You gotta
the
keep
bonnet.
the hairdo together.
Please, man. Let them know they follow y'all at gyms.
Yes. GE2MS. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Follow, like, share, subscribe. Can I do a quick shout out of our sponsors?
Sure.
We want to shout out Dale Locklear. He's our promoter. The Locklear Winery family. You can find them in grocery stores. Mary Kay sponsor, Miss Harriet, who's been in business since 1988. Paparazzi sponsor, Sharon. Alexis Henderson. Miss Lucy, our hair specialist. And lastly, Megan, our makeup specialist also. So shout out to those wonderful people who most of them are donating to Saturday's event.
Medessa, pause. Styles by Joelle.
Yes.
All right. And shout out to Mama. I love you, Mama. Mama, we made it. No. Follow Strait, no chase as always. Hey, coming to a city near you. Stay tuned.